Hello everybody. Today we're going to take a look at multiplying by multiples of 10 using our place value chart. So we've been doing lots of multiplication and we're going to start to extend our understanding of multiplication to multiples of 10. So the first thing I want you to know is what do I mean by multiples of 10? And when I say multiples of 10, all I mean is any number that when you skip count by tens you would hit. So multiples of 10 would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, and so on. Okay, so 340, that's a multiple of 10. And one of the ways we know it's a multiple of 10 is if our number ends in 0. Okay, so if your number ends in 0, it is a multiple of 10. Okay, so today we're going to multiply by multiples of 10 using our place value chart. So I'm going to get this set up here, and I'm just going to write up here for multiples of 10 any number ending in 0. Okay, in 0. Okay, so let's say we have a simple problem of 2 times 3. Okay, let's take a look and show this in a place value chart. Okay, so I've got my tens and I've got my ones here. Now, if I wanted to show 2 times 3, we're really saying that we're asking what is 2 times 3 ones, or 2 sets of 3 ones. And the way I would show that is by sticking it on my place value chart in an array. Here's 3 ones twice, right? 2 rows of 3 ones. So my 3 ones are right here, and then the 2 times are my rows. I have 1, 2 rows. So 2 times 3 ones is a total of 6, because there are 6, whoa, got thick, sorry guys, is a total of 6. I've got a total of 6 dots, right? Does that make sense so far? Oh, that's going to drive me crazy if it's that big. I got to get the right size. Okay, so it's 6 ones, right? Or I can just say 2 times 3 equals 6, easily enough. We know we're talking about ones. Now let's take a look if I'm just going to shift this over a little bit, change this to be slightly different. What if I asked you to show me 2 times 3 tens? Here's the difference. 2 times 3 tens. I wonder how many tens that would get me. So let's set up our place value chart. This time, instead of saying 2 times 3 ones, right, 2 times 3, we're doing 2 times 3 tens. So the change I'm going to make this time is I'm instead going to put 3 tens, 1, 2, 3, in the tens place because we're talking about tens, but I'm going to do this twice because I still have 2 times 3. Notice, I've still shown a 2 by 3 array. See that? Just like in the other one. Except for this time, because it's tens, we're putting it in the tens place. So how many tens do I end up with? I see 6 tens, right? Oh boy. Going back and forth between the different sizes is tricky. So I have a total of 6 tens. Well, the way we would write that without having to write our units out like that is this is the same as saying 2 times 30, right? That's what we call our multiple of 10, right? These are our multiples of 10. So what we're doing is saying that we know 2 times 3 is 6. This time it's 2 times 30, or 2 times 3 tens, and that ends up with being 60, because if I count my tens here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, I end up with 60, not just 6. Okay? So what we're doing is taking our base fact and we're shifting it over on our place value chart. You're going to do a lot of this next year, so I want you to start to get in the hang of it. Let's try another one. Let's take a look at what if we had something like 3 times 4 ones. How many ones will we end up with? Well, if we take a look at our place value chart, whoops, started to write hundreds, but we don't need hundreds this time. I would show a 3 by 4 array, 1, 2, 3 rows of 4, right? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my 3 rows of 4 ones, right? So how many ones do I have total? Well, I can skip count by 4s. 4, 8, 12. I have a total of 12 ones. That's the same thing, just gonna move this down a little bit, as saying 3 times 4 equals 12. Just without our unit there, right? Keep having to shift things over to make room for everything. Well, now let's take a look at, oh boy, this happened last time and I didn't notice. Oh goodness, guys. No, sorry. Technical difficulties, there we go. Now what if we had something like 3 times 4 tens? How many tens will we have? And if we want to write our equation ahead of time, I can write it out now. It's going to be the same thing as 3 times, and then what is 4 tens? 4 tens is 40. So we can think of it as 3 times 4 tens to get us how many tens, which is the same thing as 3 times 40. So again, setting up my place value chart. I need 3 rows of 4 tens. So this time, instead of being in the ones place, I'm going to go to the tens place, and I'm going to do 3 rows of 4 tens. It's going to look exactly the same as my other array, isn't it? Except for this time we're in the tens place. So now I have how many tens? Well, 4, 8, 12. I have 12 tens. But be careful. Does that mean 3 times 40 is 12? Does that make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. We've got to count by our tens down here. So I'm going to highlight as I do it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. So our total of 3 times 4D is 120. Okay? So that is how we're going to solve multiplying by multiples of 10. Does that make sense? So let's take a look at one final example. We'll just do one last one. What if I have something like 2 times 5 ones? Already, I know I'm going to have to move this over, so I'm going to get it over there now. Equals how many ones? And that's the same as saying 2 times 5, right? Well, here's our tens and ones chart. I'm going to make 2 rows of 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I can count my ones. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 ones. 2 times 5 equals 10. Now, if I wanted to say 2 times 5 tens equals how many tens? That's going to be the same equation as 2 times, remember 5 tens is 50, so we're really solving 2 times 50. Well, let's take a look. We're thinking about tens this time, so I'm going to make 2 rows of 5 tens. There's 1 row and a second row. So again, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, I have 10 tens. So how much is 10 tens? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So we know 2 times 50 is 100. And you might say, hey, I already knew that because I know anything times 2 is just a doubles fact, and I know 50 plus 50 is 100. And you are right. So some of these you might be able to solve mentally, but I'd still like you to show it on the place value chart so you can get the hang of it. It's going to be really, really important for a lot of the work that you do next year. So your assignment is to go and solve some problems where you are multiplying by multiples of 10 using your place value chart. You must model for me on your place value chart. And then you have a bonus question where you need to solve a word problem using the place value chart. Good luck, have fun, and let me know if you need any